Hello and welcome to Happy Handicrafts. My name is Joanna and today we are going to be making a Paper Sloyd round frame. Now this is the 12th model from the third year from the book Paper Sloyd for Primary Grades by Ednah Anne Rich. It's a fairly simple project, not a lot of measuring or cutting. I think this will be fairly simple for you. It whips up pretty quick. So follow along with us and we'll get you through it with no problem at all. The materials you're going to need for this project are the book, Paper Sloyd for Primary Grades. It's very useful, especially for the diagrams. So if you don't have it already, look below. I'll put a couple links, one where you could purchase it and one where you can actually download it for free. You're also going to need a cutting mat, a hole punch, some scissors, a compass, a pencil, a ruler, some glue, and some good quality paper. We use scrapbook paper because we like the colors and designs on it. The book suggests Royal Melton paper, which is probably about equivalent to cardstock. So decide what you want to make, have it at least 5 inches by 5 inches, and let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to create a 5-inch by 5-inch square. So to do this, we're going to take our piece of paper and we're going to measure along the top from the left in to 5 inches, and we're going to draw a dot. And then we'll move our ruler down to the bottom. We'll again measure in from the left to 5 inches, and we'll draw another dot. And now we're going to use our ruler to join those two dots really carefully with a line. Next, we're going to measure down from the top on the left to 5 inches. This is a great way to use scrap paper, by the way. This is a paper that we made another project with, so we saved the paper and now we're able to use it on this smaller project. Then on the vertical line that you drew, we'll measure down to 5 inches again and we'll draw a dot. And now we're going to join those two dots with a line, and that's going to create our square in the upper left-hand corner. Now you can use your scissors or an X-Acto knife if you prefer to cut out that square. Now, once you have your square, you're going to draw diagonal lines from one corner to the other. So from the upper left to the lower right, you're going to draw a line. Be sure to get it right to the exact corners. Then you'll put your ruler from the lower left to the upper right hand corner. And then again, you'll draw a line. The intersection of this point, these two lines, is going to be the perfect center of the square. So now we're going to use our compass. We're going to measure to exactly 1 inch. And using that center, we're going to draw a 1-inch circle using our compass around the center. This is going to be the opening of the picture frame. Next, you're going to measure your compass to 2.5 inches. And again, measuring from the center of the circle, you're going to make a circle all around equaling 2.5 inches. It's going to go right to the very edge of that paper. Now using our ruler, we're going to measure down on the left-hand side to 1/2 inch, and we're going to draw a dot. Then we'll do the same on the right-hand side. We'll measure down from the top to 1/2 inch, and we're going to draw a dot. Now we're going to hold the ruler along those dots. We're going to be measuring in from the left, so make sure you put the ruler at 0. And now we're just going to put dots, no lines. We're going to put a dot at 2 inches and 3 inches. And using your hole punch, you're going to punch those holes out. This is where you'll attach the tie to hang your frame. Now using our scissors, we're going to cut out the middle portion of our frame. The book instructs us to poke a hole into the center and then to cut along the diagonal lines there and then cut out the inner circle. So that's what Lucy is doing here. After we got started on this, we thought maybe it would have been easier, especially with this inner circle, to cut it out with an X-Acto knife. But the choice is yours. Once you've cut out the inner circle, you're going to use your scissors to cut out the outer circle. Now we're going to create the back of the frame. So using a similar piece of paper, we are going to measure out a 3" by 3" square. So we'll measure in from the left at the top to 3 inches and place a dot. Then move it down a few inches, about 3 inches, measure in from the left and make another dot at 3 inches. Then you'll use your ruler to join those 2 dots with a line. Next, we measure down from the top on the left to 3 inches. Sometimes we get confused. And then we're going to measure down on our vertical line to 3 inches. We'll draw a dot, and then we'll use our ruler to join those 2 dots with a line. Next, we'll cut out this 3" by 3" square. It's going to fit perfectly behind the inner circle. Do you have a picture you know you're going to use? Lucy's going to use one of her precious little hamster Desiree. Here's an easy way to fit your picture into the frame. Obviously, our picture is bigger. If you take that 3" by 3" square, place it over the subject in your picture, hold it nice and firm, and then we'll just cut out the picture with the scissors. Try not to move that 3" by 3" square. It's not a huge deal if you do, because we're actually going to make some adjustments once we're done. Now, since we're going to be gluing this back to the front, we're going to need to shrink our picture just a little bit. So we're going to cut a little bit off the sides and the bottom of our picture, just to make sure it fits in the back nicely. You can see we're not cutting off a lot, just a few millimeters, and that's to accommodate the portion that's going to be glued. It's going to have to fit inside that. There we go. Here Lucy's going to show us, do you see how it fits in just enough so we can put glue around the edges? So now we're going to glue the sides and the bottom. And we're going to fit it onto the back of our circle with the corners touching the diagonals. So try to do that before the glue sets. Just like that. See how she's got it perfectly. Now we're going to slip our picture into the back so that we'll see it from the front. Make sure it's facing the front. And there's our little hammy. Now we have some string that we're going to thread through the holes. You can use ribbon or string or whatever you have available. And then we're going to tie a solid knot in it. And then a little bow. And then we'll trim the ends. And that, my friend, is a round frame. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope you will join us on the next video. We'll see you then.